It's
You
just
are watching
heartbreaking for
Political
me.
Roundtable with UB.
It's just
Like,
crazy
subscribe,
because
and leave your
this guy
thoughts in the
now, I mean,
comments.
not just for him, but for the two men that lost their lives and their families. Gone today, gone 1 hour ago, and not anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just at the loss for words.
Yeah.
I'm at the loss for words. It's sad.
Thank you, sister.
Can I say something quickly? Sorry.
Oh, you are still here, last born?
Yes.
Where could that be?
I think it's important to note that this is why just education is not enough. Because I didn't even realize, and I'm sure Uncle Dad didn't even realize that on this, on this road code, Nigeria Highway Code, there are instructions, right? And that would not be the case, for instance, I'm going to speak about the UK, where there's a vigorous process. You kind of have to pass your theory test first, which tells you about the signs and all of that, and then go for your lessons, which I think you have to do a minimum of 25 hours or something like that before you now even attempt, your practical tests. And what this means is that everybody kind of starts out, in a sense, ready for the road, right? One. Secondly, what will happen as well, if you had any sort of minor issues, like you were caught speeding and all, a lot of times the instruction, if points are not taken off your license, the instruction is for you to go back and refresh, right? You need to do a test for you to get back on the roads. So it's even things like this as well, where just being educated is not enough. Just having money or just even being able to afford a car is not enough, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm telling you that if I have 20 male friends, emphasis on male, 20 male friends that I grew up with, most of them learned driving from their drivers, their dads, their uncles. There's no proper, vigorous process of, you need to know what this sign on the road means. You need to know, because now we're saying there's no hard shoulder, but actually there's hard shoulder in Nigeria. But the average Nigerian, just like we started this live stream out, the average Nigerian does not even know emergency services. The same way the average Nigerian does not even know that even if there's no demarcation, actually this so-called funny line that's like just off the pavement is a hard shoulder. And it's not like, it's almost like it's not terminology that we use in Nigeria. Why would it be terminology we use in Nigeria when you have not gone to do a theory driving test? You don't know the right terminology for driving. It's the same way in Nigeria we say trafficator. What the heck is trafficator? Trafficator is not a word. But for every driver in Nigeria, we say trafficator for what is meant to be indicator, because we don't even know the right terminology to use for basic driving, whatever. And because I'm sure you know what I mean. So yeah, I just want to add that quickly, where it's such a complex issue where the average 16-year-old boy is being taught how to drive by the driver, or by, including my brother. I'm just saying, including my brother, most of them. So it's an issue. I think ultimately it's a bigger issue. And I don't even know, and that's why most of the time when we speak about Nigerian issues, almost like, where do we start from? Because it's almost like it's eating so deep that even if we said, okay, we want to put road signs, want to put a hard shoulder, do the bus conductors and all of this, would they even know what hard shoulder is when we've not even gone through the right process? And then we have to talk about things like the roads as well. Lagos in particular there's too many cars on the road because, of course, there's too many people in Lagos, one. And then we also have to come back to, let me use the UK for instance. Not everybody has to be on the road. There's option for transportation. There are trams, there are trains, things like that. So it's a whole big picture, and it's almost like, where do we start from? So yeah. Anyway, I'm going now for real. I'm going now. Bye.
Bye, Abby.
I wanted to.
Good evening, Sister Yinkers.
Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, good afternoon, Auntie Grace. How you doing, ma'am?
Oh, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I wanted to piggyback real quick on what Abby said about educating, Nigerians in general. And I quite agree with that. And I say that because, well, I didn't learn driving until I got here to the US, but I know that my brother in Nigeria, he learned driving through the driver. My husband also did the same, right? But they would take their dad's car and they would get on the road. There was no instruction, nothing. And they wouldn't even know, and the parents wouldn't even know. Boys they do their thing, right? But girls don't have liver for that. So I think that, even though, we can blame the government a whole lot. And, I always tell you that even with the government being at fault, even us as people, not even just about the accident now, but everything in Nigeria, even us as people of Nigerians in Nigeria have a lot that we have to do because the decay and the rots and everything is quite deep. Because the truth is, if you were to take all of the government officials out right now and take them out of position, the next set of people that come there will do the same thing because the rot is deeper than the government. It starts with the people. It starts with every home. It starts with every family. And that's how I see it here. What does the government have in place as far as people getting on the road to drive? The government does have a lot of power because they will be the one to control it, right? They'll be the ones to be able to put this in place where people are getting arrested, people are getting locked up when they find you on the road and you do not have a license. The fear is going to stop people from doing things, but how much is the government doing, or are they just passing by? Because they also have children doing the same thing. So it's really crazy. It's systems. It's just the systems from the home, the family, the government, everyone. It's quite
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sister Yinka. You see, there is
Uncle
something
Beno,
I just. Yes, Okudaya.
I quickly want to add something to what my sister said, Abby. See, about this hard road, it's in our regulation. When I was going through the same book, I saw it there. But in reality, Abby, even the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing that's supposed to be constructing all our roads, they did not create it. What they just did, what could have been our hard shoulder, they made it to be fast lane. They made it to be fast lane. So no, that's the truth.
Wow.
It is the outside right lane.
Wow.
Outside left lane. I get it. Just like you have it on the picture that you shared. Ask anybody in Nigeria, they will tell you clearly it is the fast lane. If you are on that lane, you are not supposed to be driving at normal speed. It's supposed to be a fast lane. If you are like on that road and you are driving slowly, you can move, they can pull you over and charge you. So it's not about that. I think in Nigeria, one of the things that we got wrong mostly, apart from Abuja, every other part of Nigeria, they have already built houses before they now start making roads. So they don't have enough space to make standard roads. That's why
But this is highway, Uncle Dayo.
even the highways, sir. Even the highways, sir. This Lagos Ibadan Expressway that we are talking about. Do you know how many houses? How many places they have to dredge to be able to expand it in the last 5 years, just to make it 6 lanes? Because initially there was no. See, Nigerians don't plan road before they build. They build and they now begin to plan road. That is the problem that we have in this country. Only Abuja was planned as per road network. That's why Abuja road network is superb. But any other part of Nigeria, in fact, Lagos is trying that, but they are like trying to destroy so many buildings to be able to have a standard road all over the place. And this is costing them a lot because a lot of structures were being pulled down just for them to have normal standard roads within the state. Why should they do that? Why are they destroying people's houses? It is because they never planned the road before people started building houses, and now that they want to plan the roads, they're not destroying people's houses. That's the issue. So we have it in the book that we're supposed to have the hard shoulder, but it was never in practice. They never put it in practice. Tomiland Bridge is there. We have 4 lanes on Tomiland Bridge on both sides. Not like hard shoulder. Check it and see for yourself. That's what we're talking about. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I have my sister Shitinka in the building. But before I go to Shitinka, I want to play this video real quick, and I want to take this comment from Sister Temilade. Temi said, one of the problems in Nigeria is there is no consequences for people when they go against the law, and the system or right structure is not put in place after the colonial rule ended, and we are still suffering from that anyway. Hey, Elizabeth, how you doing? Welcome, Lizzie. I also want to emphasize the fact that with this Anthony Joshua situation and what's going on the highway, the two major problems I see here is regulation and enforcement. First off, that 18-wheeler is not wrong that the 18-wheeler develop problem. However, how do we manage vehicular breakdown in such a high traffic road, in expressway? And I'm saying that because here in Texas, yes, we do have 18-wheelers that often breaks down like this on the hard shoulder. But we also have these highway patrols. I don't even know how many they are. I don't know whether they have how many times they have to like run on the road, but they are there, that they will just be on the highway. I don't know whether they are driving from one city to the other and then another person will turn around, but they are always assessing the road. So when you have 18-wheelers like this breaks down and they assess the area where it broke down and discover that this area is prone to accident, or like something may happen, usually the first thing they do is to have one patrol vehicle to park it could be about a few yards away from the vehicle with the light, the police light, what they call it now, blue and red light flickering. So no matter where you're coming from, you already see the light. Now, if the people who owns the 18-wheeler, if they don't do anything to remove it on time, the government will take care of it. How long has this trailer been on this road? Because I do know in Nigeria, sometimes you have a 18-wheeler like this, it can stay on that road for 3 weeks. Tell me, say I'm lying if you have not witnessed something like this in Nigeria road before. So those are the points. What plans do we have? What kind of emergency plan do we have? Like this 18-wheeler now, if this 18-wheeler stay on this road for a full day, by day 2, government's supposed to be on top of it. You either tow it out of the road and have whatever company or whoever runs the company to come and pay a huge fine. That's what I see them do here in Texas, though. We see them, they break down a lot. Should not be truck. You can't even tell when it's going to break down. But even your traffic code, what does it say about your vehicle breaking down? What does it say? So, Shitinka, over to you, my sister. Before I even play the video, ma, hear your take, ma.
Uncle Beno, good evening. Hi, Wilson.
Good evening, my sister.
Oh, it's really sad. And I haven't been on the show for very long, but I listened to Abby and Sister Ingris and to Uncle Dario, and everything everybody has said is spot on. I just want to add, again, Uncle Beno, you too are spot on because you said the problems are twofold: regulation and enforcement.
Yep.
But I think in addition to that, there is personal responsibility, which we generally shy away from in Nigeria. When things happen, we're very quick to blame systemic failures, and we rarely want to ascribe personal responsibility because I think we feel more comfortable blaming the system. And yes, the system has issues, like you just said, regulation, enforcement. I mean, Nigerians generally, when you're taught to drive, you're taught how to manipulate the car, not how to use the road in terms of other road users, which is a huge problem. So now, in terms of personal responsibility, in the context of Nigeria, I think a lot of us in Real Fam, especially in fact, I say most of us backstage live abroad. So we're thinking about things from the way things are done abroad, in terms of our road markings, our road signs, the fact that, and anybody using the road in the UK or in the US, I'm sure has done theory tests and done a practical test. So, everybody comes to the road with a level of education. You go to school before you use the road.
Yes.
Unfortunately, since we know that that is not the case in Nigeria, what are the things that people are expected to bring to the road in Nigeria? Since they don't bring the theory and the practical. What do they bring? They bring high levels of observation, and they bring this, or they're supposed to bring what obtains, what gets people from point A to point B in Nigeria, so to say, safely, so to speak, is high level of situational awareness, observation skills, and quick thinking, right? So unfortunately, this driver used the wrong lane to overtake. Let's start there. He used what was supposed to be, because in the UK we drive on the other side of the road, so you have to think about it a little bit. I remember times in Nigeria, he used what is the slow lane or the hard shoulder to try to overtake. He shouldn't have been doing that.
That's a possibility.
No, because that's where the truck was parked, right? Whether the truck is not supposed to, we can't ascertain how long the truck has been there. It should not be there, but we can't ascertain, because I remember.
Sorry, Shintika, sorry.
Yeah.
You know why I said that's a possibility, and I probably don't want to agree with that narrative.
Yeah.
That he used the right lane to overtake. Why I don't want to agree with that narrative is that, as somebody who I've driven a lot myself, and I drive on highway. If that's why I'm kind of retiring from my media business. I drive almost 3 weekends every month.
Wow.
With full speed though. If you have ever been to Houston, Dallas, you will know how our road will be. Fantastic expressway. Full speed. We're talking 120 kilometers per hour, the one that they call out for Nigeria. But yet, our speed limit is 75 on the highway. But most time, you are doing 85, 90. That is top speed. So I just wanted to give an example. Now, if you are driving on full speed and a vehicle in front of you stop immediately with no warning, what do?
You have to swerve, right, to the other lane.
So
but you shouldn't be drive so close, Uncle Beno. You should, like, for instance, in UK drivers ed, we're taught that if you're driving behind, you should be 3 seconds on the motorway. You should be 3 seconds behind the car in front of you, so that you have enough space to slow down or to swerve.
Thinker, I agree with you, but at the same time, those UK and American highways, they are designed in such a way that you can maneuver if you observe that distance with the vehicle.
Not always. The UK roads, the thing is, how we've been talking about Nigerian roads, UK roads are some of the weirdest roads in the world. We have some very narrow, very windy country roads, and they are national speed limit. So you can be going 70, 75 on those roads. I drive long distances sometimes, because my sister lives about 5 hours away from me. And sometimes, the other day I was driving and there was a row of lorries. If you mistakenly drive near Dover in Kent, there are rows and rows of lorries. Rows and rows. And then you have to start thinking and praying that, oh gosh, is this one moving? Is this one not moving? If you drive near Essex in England, there are rows and rows of lorries. If you drive up north, I have driven up north a couple of times. There are rows and rows of lorries sometimes. What I'm saying is that this could have happened in terms of lorries can happen anywhere. I don't think this driver was he was in top shape for the road he was on. I don't think so. What I'm trying to say is that the driver has personal responsibility that needs to be investigated. And while there are systemic issues, I'm saying that, many times, the reason why I brought this up is because many times when there is personal responsibility in Nigeria, we'll just say, the worst has happened, leave it for God. But if we don't, that's another measure of enforcement that's very, very lacking in Nigeria, because you're saying, what are you going to do? Can you change that? But if a person is held responsible, another person will be more careful. And it all ties in. We can't, in my area of law, Uncle Beno, my area of law, let me not out myself. No, let me out myself. I did a PhD in my area of law, right?
Okay.
One of the things I found out was that of all the disputes in my area of law, only about 20% of those disputes make their way to court. And of that 20% that makes its way to court, majority gets settled out of court.
Okay.
So there's very little jurisprudence in my area of law, except if you're a student of culture, as well as exploring what's happening with solving these disputes underground. The reason why I say that is to say that personal responsibility, Nigerians are very used to leave it for God. Leave it for God. Leave it for God is what has left our society in the mess that it is, because we don't take personal or systemic responsibility. And that's all I wanted to say, in the sense that we cannot, as much as we feel sorry, a person does not normally wake up in the morning and set out to say, I'm going to drive, I'm going to crash, I'm going to be the only one that survives. It doesn't happen. But if we don't explore things, we will not ask the questions we need to ask. We don't get the answers we need. We don't prevent these kinds of things from happening another time.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is not a leave it for God matter. We're thankful that the driver survived, but he needs to be investigated, and he needs to be, the right things need to be done. If it's manslaughter, it's manslaughter. It's sad, but it's real.
And that's why
Involuntary manslaughter.
That's why for me, I blame the Tinubu government. I blame the Buhari government. I blame all the governments in Nigeria, especially from Obasanjo to Tinubu, for this
I agree with you.
accident. I blame them. But now, if you ask me sincerely, there are several ways to explain what went down here. And I think the person that can tell us the reality of what went down is Attorney Joshua.
I hear that he's not in Nigeria at the moment. I don't know where he is, but I saw an interview of his uncle who was saying that they don't know where he is. He must have been flown. Maybe he got health insurance before he came to Nigeria, which would be the wise thing to do.
Mm-hmm. They flew him out of the country, of course.
Okay.
But here's what I'm thinking, though, in terms of before he can speak. First of all, when I saw the video of the accident, immediately the accident happened, he appears delirium. You can tell he's confused. You can actually see him sitting down like somebody comfortable in an accident situation, somebody whose first instinct, the flight and what do we call it, reaction?
Fight or flight, yeah.
Yeah. But you can see how he just looking.
But there's also the freeze thing, because one thing I've heard is that with accidents, sometimes the last thing you were doing before the accident happened is the thing you want to naturally just continue doing, because you may just be frozen in that same thing that you were doing. So yeah. I don't know.
So I think on a serious note, he will be able to tell us what went down. But something tells me, yes, speed is involved, but we ask another question, and that's the question I will put it to Uncle Dayo right now as somebody who is in Nigeria. Uncle Dayo, what is the speed limit on this road? Uncle Dayo.
I'm just laughing so loud.
Uncle Dayo, don't run. Uncle Dayo! Uncle Dayo, don't hear. On a serious note, even we that we are watching right now, what is the speed limit on this road?
What I knew in Nigeria growing up was that it was 120.
Uncle Ben, no, it is 100. It is 100, maximum 100.
Really?
On this road, right?
Yes, on this road, yes, it is maximum 100. But the Mali advised 80.
80?
But the speed limit on this particular road, yes, is 100.
Hello?
100 kilometers per hour.
Really? 80?
100 kilometers per hour.
Please go ahead, though.
Okay. I knew people used to drive 120 different places in Nigeria anyway, but I don't know.
It is because nobody is monitoring them. But the road safety regulation for this particular road is maximum 100. But they normally advise 80.
Okay. Thank you, Uncle Dayo. That's helpful. That's handy.
But is there a road sign to indicate that?
That's another thing. I don't know if there is. But the funny thing, Auntie Grace, is that, Auntie Grace, good evening.
Good evening, darling. How are you, love?
I'm well, thank you. I hope you're keeping well too.
I am good, thank you.
Awesome. One of the things I was going to say is, as much as we're not very used to seeing road signs in Nigeria, I have seen, I was in Nigeria last year and I saw road signs in different places. I saw speed limit signs. It may not be as legible. I think they're ignored. That's the problem. But these signs are there. They're ignored. The road markings in terms of the lane markings are also generally ignored, but they're there. They're there.
Okay.
The other thing is, okay, so historically, my mom said to me that she did a theory test in Nigeria before she did a practical test. This was 1 million years ago when Adam was a schoolboy, admittedly. But these things also exist. When I learned to drive, I remember that I think my sister also did a theory. She didn't do a theory test, but she read the highway code. I remember her reading the highway code. And I remember that I never drove without somebody beside me, a licensed driver beside me, until I got my license. In fact, I didn't get my license. I ended up getting my license here. But I never drove without a licensed driver beside me. Never. So again, it brings me back to the initial point of personal responsibility. A lot of times, yes, there are systemic failures and we need to correct these systemic failures and we need to call them out for what they are. But there's a personal responsibility that we easily just dismiss. What are we doing, me in my own corner? What am I doing to make the road safer? I shouldn't let my children drive in Nigeria without learning what the road signs should be and respecting them. Without going through theory tests. All of us here, we have cousins, nieces, nephews, everybody at certain ages when they're, turning 18, everybody's looking forward to driving. They need to learn properly. We need to enforce these in our families. We can't wait for government enforcement. We need to be the enforcers.
That's true. That's
No,
true.
absolutely. I completely understand. I'm sorry you haven't been able to make it in, but since it's just been an active policy, we do require that 30-day notice. So it would give you a month and a half. I know you haven't come.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna come over, but cancel it now. Okay. I'll come over later. Thank you.
I'll cancel it when you come in. That way we have everything.
Okay, you're gonna see me in about an hour. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. I will be here. Thank you.
Fuck off my this thing.
Uncle Beno.
Oh, sorry.
We need us to help you fight them because we can go and fight them, all of us like this. Real fam will just come in like, what do you call it? Like, what's the name of that thing? Bumblebee.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know that I didn't move.
No worries.
It's my gym people. I don't know. I tell people all the time, if you think Africans or Nigerians are scammers, you are lying. Americans are the biggest scammer. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I will say it anytime, any day, and everybody know that's the gospel truth. It's my gym. I haven't been to my gym regularly because where it's located, there is high traffic now. They just built this gigantic complex close to my house. So every time you want to go out, there is heavy traffic in the morning, in the evening.
Oh, wow.
Before it used to be like, I can just drive like 8 minutes, I will get there. And when I'm done in the gym, 8 minutes, I'm back home. Now it takes me like 25 minutes to get there. And then another like 30 minutes to come back because it's located on the highway to Houston and it's very busy. So when they build the complex around me now, the complex is just like 4 minutes drive from me. So my wife took me to her gym. Her gym is in the complex.
Your magenta gym.
The pink gym, thank God. So, and we register already. They took money from my account just last week. They charged me $36. So I now call them now that I want to cancel the gym membership. And the white girl is telling me, they're still going to charge me for next month. So, and then I said, you're going to charge me for next month? Last month, I wasn't even frequent. I don't care. And I've been there like a year. So I'm like, you charged me just last week. I'm not going to be there for the next 30 days. And you still want to charge me for another 30 days. And then the next thing she says is, don't raise your voice on me. And that really triggered me. That's why I'm telling her that you white people play this stupid game all the time. As soon as somebody don't agree with you, the next thing you say, don't raise your voice. I'm going to end after this show. I'm going to raise my voice when she see me one-on-one. Olori Buruku somebody. They're just bunch of thieves. My vehicle, I have full coverage on my vehicle. They've been giving me all kind of excuse just to escape not paying. Why? to fix the vehicle, everything they calculated was like 3,750, and then other additional and things like that. And they were just playing me up and down. Yesterday, I didn't go to work. I have to go to the factory, call the insurance. They were telling story again. Then I told the lady that I said, please, I'm done with their drama. Fix my vehicle. Let me pay out of pocket. It's their own problem. You know, any little thing why people are so fast to tell you, oh, you're raising your voice, oh, you sound aggressive. What's freaking wrong with you people? You are stealing from people.
Yeah.
They steal all the time. That's what they do. And the system will back them up stealing from you.
Don't raise your voice at them. Don't raise your voice when you get there. Just be calm.
Auntie, I not send them. I'll raise my freaking voice. They are stealing. May they do whatever they want to do. I won't wait.
When we're talking about systems in Nigeria that don't work, these are systems that are on overdrive and they're calculated to be enriched. So the thing is just being firm. Don't let them get a rise out of you. You just go there and be firm and let them know you're getting your money. That's it. You don't want to use this gym anymore, but don't even let it show that they're making you break a sweat.
No, I'll let them know. I will let them know, do nothing. We did this test together. I'll let them. They know they are stealing. That's freaking thing. Why people know when they are stealing from you? They know.
They know.
Well, please make no verse. Let's just continue and round up the show, Gary. So regarding this accident with Anthony Joshua, I see BBC has written a long report about it.
And this is spinning me, Uncle Beno. Sorry to interrupt you before you talk about BBC. The other day when he fought Jake Paul, before the fight, there was something he did where he was really bigging Nigeria up and he wrapped himself in a Nigerian flag. And there was one interview where he talked, they asked him about different things he liked about Nigeria. And one UK politician came out to say that, does Nigeria stand up for you the way you stand up for Nigeria? And just had a lot of horrible things to say. And I just felt, will you F off, please allow him to take national pride in the country of his origin, right? He's both British and Nigerian. He's allowed to do both. But now, the thing that hurts me is the fact that he got hurt in Nigeria. And so the same sentiment that was irritated at him taking pride in Nigeria would mock him getting hurt in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
People of that same sentiment.
They are doing that already now. They already plaster his face all over the place and criticizing Nigeria, and that's why I wanted to play this video. Where is this guy? Nigeria is having a lot of negative coverage lately, and unfortunately, the government don't care. Tinubu himself has jet out of the country. Tinubu himself is tired of our country.
I'm starting to think differently. Funny enough.
Tinubu himself is tired of our country. Please listen to this, my people.
Anthony Joshua's accident has been a wake-up call to the Africans in the diaspora. And now everyone is scared of going to Nigeria now, right? After you have seen what it's like on the ground. Because a lot of Africans in the diaspora like to paint Africa as some kind of heaven or utopia or the motherland, ancestors, and so on. What you saw in that video after the accident, that is Nigeria right there. That was in Lagos. And unfortunately, majority of Africa is like that. But now the question is, where do you go when you want to travel? Because if you're going to save up your money, you made millions somewhere else and you want to enjoy the motherland, obviously you want to be in the right place where things actually work to some extent. And I will give you guys some pointers of where you should be going. Because if you don't know, in Nigeria, when a politician is sick, they go to the UK for medical treatment. They don't go to Nigeria. They get sick, they jump on a jet, they go to Europe for medical treatment. So you don't want to be in that kind of environment because you probably don't even have that much money. And if something bad happens to you, well, then you have to hope for God to save you. That's what that video showed you. They were praying for Anthony Joshua instead of emergency being there. So the best part of Africa to start with, especially if you're coming from the West or Asia and so on, the best place to start is Southern Africa. Southern Africa has by far the most functional countries in all of Africa, I would say by now, in terms of infrastructure, systems that work, police, and so on. So the same things that you experience in other countries, you're also more likely going to get them. Education is still there. When people get sick, they actually go to their own hospitals. They're not doing it like Nigeria where they go out. Also, even currencies that actually function. So you got those countries. So you got Botswana, South Africa, Namibia, great in the Southern African, and they have a lot of diverse nature as well. So you enjoy the people, the culture. You also get to see the wildlife side of it. You've got the deserts, everything. Southern Africa, you basically see a lot in one area.
All right. Do we agree with this guy assessment, please? Hello, Sister Yinka?
To an extent, right?
Okay. Yeah, Auntie Grace. You agree with him?
To an extent, yeah. To an extent. If you actually look at what is happening there, like he said, instead of you to call emergency services, people are there busy taking videos and praying. Is it prayer that will now revive the two friends, that passed? There are no amenities. They are not even aware. They didn't know what to do to an extent, but it could also be vindictive in a way. But then he's saying the truth.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I think it's time.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, Sister Yinka. Sister Yinka, you want to go first?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's time for. I mean, we already know as Nigerians how it is. I always I say that going to Nigeria, you can't say you're going to Nigeria that you're going for vacation in Nigeria. To me, when you say you're going to Nigeria on vacation, I'm like, okay, so when you get back, you're gonna need like another 1 week vacation, right? To get yourself together. 1 week or two, because when you're going to Nigeria, it is what it is. But we love our country regardless. And of course, when you see something like this, if you're going to vacation in Nigeria, oh my God, I would say just stay where you are. If you're in Lagos, stay in Lagos. Don't travel. I have an uncle that goes to Akure when he gets to Lagos. You know, he flies, right? He flies from Lagos. He doesn't get on the road. He flies from Lagos to, I don't even know what airport is that. Some local small airport like that he flies to, and then drives to his house in Akure. He doesn't go through that road. And this is someone that goes to Nigeria twice a year just because they're trying to avoid stuff like this.
This guy is in serious pain.
Stuff like this. And even Anthony Joshua getting out of that vehicle, and I'm looking at him. Do you know what internal injuries are? They don't know that. They're just, of course, they're doing their best to get him out of the vehicle. And it's so unfortunate that things like this have to happen. But Nigeria is not, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm going to Nigeria for vacation right now. I don't know. If you want to go to Nigeria, good luck to you. But if I were to go, I would stay in Lagos, do what I need to do, and get the heck out of there. But I would not be on the road because even Lagos is not even safe. So
did you hear when I shared my experience 2022?
Auntie, I quickly heard you. I heard you loud and clear.
Okay.
I heard you. It's like you landed. Once you land in Nigeria.
I decided to go by air, isn't it? What did I see? I thought I was going to die.
Once you land in Nigeria, it's that you start to pray. From the time you hit that welcome to Nigeria and the breeze hits you, you start to pray. Start another fasting and praying session until the day that you get into the plane and you're in the air and there's no turbulence. Then you're like, okay, you can pause the prayer now.
Thank God. See, Yinka is the one that said he's not coming from Nigeria.
It's real.
When you enter Nigeria, your chances of survival is like 50-50. I'm sorry. Even if it's not less than that.
That's why you see everybody resorting to prayers.
Anything can happen in Nigeria. Anything can happen anywhere in the world. But at least in Western world, you see the effort. You see what the government is doing to avoid the situation. So if it happens, it's going to be like an extreme situation. But anyway, Shitinka, I paused this video because of you, my sister. I don't know if you can see this video. Can you see Shitinka?
Yes, Uncle Beno, I can see it.
I wanted you to observe something based on the angle we were exploring earlier. Just watch this. You see the traffic?
Yes.
Now, watch when the camera pan back to the vehicle.
Okay.
You see the position of the vehicle?
Yeah.
My sister,
Mm-hmm.
that's not a vehicle that is overtaken. Just look at the line, the marker in the middle of the road, and where the vehicle is going. That is a vehicle that is avoiding collision. I'm just speaking from my own experience of driving on highway.
Okay, no, you are most likely right. I'm just wondering if this is not after the car, because we're told the car lost control. So this position, is this position the position the car assumed after it lost control? Or this is the position in which the collision happened and then the car stopped motion? Okay. If this is where the car stopped motion, then you're completely right. I see what you mean.
Yes. And then another thing I also consider is this. This vehicle, we have HDA. My car has HDA, highway driver assist. I don't know. I don't drive Lexus. I don't know how long it takes before it kicks in. But for like my own vehicle, as soon as my speed is going above 40 miles an hour, the HDA we engaged. Now it will engage, but it will not be actively engaged, but everything is at light. Now, if I'm speeding anything above 60, I usually engage it myself. Because the point is, if you engage the HDA, you can count the number of vehicles you want your vehicle to brake. Like you can count the number of vehicles in front of you that you want your vehicle to brake. So in the case of somebody stopping abruptly, the HDA will kick in and help you with the driving. So most time it helps a lot to avoid sudden collision and things like that. And this is a modern vehicle. So I'm just trying to walk myself around what really went down here. And then again, if you look at the damage to this vehicle, that should be a lot of speed.
It was definitely speeding. The damage is ridiculous. It's not it's not the kind of damage an airbag could have protected from. It literally chopped the car into bits.
That's a lot of speed. Because
and you know how sometimes these drivers driving VIPs, sometimes they drive in ways that are overwhelming for other road users.
Yeah.
So it could have been that.
Okay, good question. And I see Auntie Yinka is also exploring the same thing now. I can't believe this guy is actually traveling in Nigeria without an escort. Now, for me, with my own little experience, when you are driving with an escort in front, it saves you from a lot of sudden accident. Because whatever might be going on in front of you, the escort vehicle will be the one to be there first while you're coming behind. So if AJ actually travel without an escort, I think the blame is on him. That means maybe because he's an Ijebu boy, because I believe AJ is from Ijebu, right?
Uncle Ben.
He's from Ogun.
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben is about to fight you.
No, I'm not going to fight him. I'm not going to fight. I don't want to support what he's saying. The truth of the matter is that he's an Ogun boy, as you said. I think he lives somewhere. I mean, he's somewhere around that Jebu side. That's where he came from. However, but based on what you are just analyzing now, he does not have any escort. He does drive with an escort.
Okay, if he doesn't have an escort, then that means AJ is a reckless guy.
No, he goes to Nigeria thrice a year, from what his uncle said. He probably feels like he's super familiar with all of this.
I said it earlier on.
It's Nigeria so regularly. He doesn't feel, he feels like an Omonile, like a son of the soil. Doesn't feel like he needs all that protocol.
That still doesn't matter. If you are going to Nigeria, and I give this advice to people all the time, Nigeria is not a place you let your guards down. It's not a place you let. Anything can happen to you in Nigeria. Nobody knows who in Nigeria. Sometimes some people just let celebrity status get into their head. In Nigeria, nobody cares. And especially when you're inside a vehicle. It not be until they open your car door, you wind down your window before somebody will say, this is who is in there. You feel me, my sisters? It's stupid for him not to have an escort. Let's call a spade a spade.
Uncle Ben, no, some of this. Oh, sorry, Auntie, Sister
Yeah,
Yinka.
no. Go ahead, ma'am.
Some of our people who just believe totally in that country. When I saw this girl driving his father's car, and he said the whole tire got condemned until she drove into where she was going to, and the aboki that opened the gate said, "Look at your tire, Cora Obidi." They just have this belief, oh, my fatherland is safe. This is what they do. It's not only Anthony Joshua. Do you not see her VDM role? They just believe what they believe in. Okay, look at our Zadi. Is Zadi going to go in convoy or whatever? They just believe in what they believe in. It's me and you that are talking about this convoy, talking about security. They believe in that place. They believe what they believe in. That's how I see them.
See, if you live in Nigeria, you are not driving, you are not using convoy where you have money, you are at risk yourself.
Exactly.
Because everybody knows that in Nigeria, if you want to be safe, you need to provide your own security at all times.
Uncle Bernard, Tinubu said no more security for private people, even for public people. And private security is rarely available. So it's a tough ask. If it was before that people had, you could pay to get policemen to, I'm sure he may have had security at that time. But these days now, in the last few months, nobody can pay for private security anymore in terms of for police escorts. So people are having to, in the last 3 months in particular, it's been acute. Even the Senate people are complaining. And Senator Natasha had to say that, well, her own personal security was removed. So why is the Senate complaining now? Not that she was taunting them, but what happened to her, what they did to her has now been done even to senators.
And I missed that too. That's a very good one though.
Yeah. To senators. Now senators cannot have escorts. Are we saying so honestly I agree with you, but it's rough because the private security what do you call it? Industry is not equipped enough for people to say, because who is going to be the bouncer for Anthony Joshua that he cannot be both the bouncer and the person that steps to him? Except if they're armed.
But in the case like this, I don't see him traveling alone. It doesn't make no sense. There should be at least one other vehicle in front of him for a reason. Anyway, Chucky, your network is really not connecting. I don't know what happened. I can see you, but it's saying device not connected. Another angle people are exploring, I'm sorry to say this, but we have to examine it too as Africans. Some people are saying there is some spiritual connotation to this.
Uncle Ben, before you go,
abroad
sorry.
and in
Sister
local.
Yinka wanted to say that before. Sister Yinka wanted to say that, so let her talk a bit.
Mr. Yiku.
No, I actually that was going to be my number 2, but I'm not going to say that one. I'll let Uncle Ben take that one. I wanted to say though that who says that he didn't have an escort?
I'm just saying it doesn't seem like
no. I'm just Uncle Ben. I'm just saying who says we are saying that he doesn't have one, but who says that he didn't actually have one, and they are just not seen anymore because something happened that we do not know about. It's Nigeria after all. Do you understand what I mean?
Like the escort disappeared.
Or maybe this guy was being tailed.
I don't think that could happen. I don't think that
Uncle
that
Ben,
could have happened.
It's not about them. Wait, because
there is possibility
them.
of what Auntie Tayeka is saying to me, right? Maybe they are chasing him.
Maybe they're chasing them, and maybe it's a code. Maybe it was a job. Maybe it was a job. Who knows? I mean, come on, this is Nigeria, man.
Nigeria.
My mind is just going. My mind is just going like in all directions here. Now, for example, speculation, allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
You have an escort. They're going. The escort already has the details that there's a plan going down. When it gets to a certain point, you disappear, and we take it from there.
Maybe they want to kidnap him. He just won 92 million
Uncle Ben, it's
from fighting
Nigeria.
before.
Like a
I just told
conspiracy.
you.
Like a conspiracy, right?
Oh,
And all of a
Okay, now.
guys.
sudden, and all of a sudden,
Okay,
and all of a
now.
sudden, there's no escort anymore
This
because
feels
the
a
Don't
escorts
little
are
scatter
far-fetched.
table,
I'm not gonna
no.
lie. This feels far-fetched.
allegedly.
No,
Don't
because if,
scatter table.
if that was the case, there would be an interception, not a stationary hazard. This was a stationary hazard.
They could be chasing them.
They could be chasing them.
Then they should have caught them by the time the thing stopped, or the day once they saw them, they ran away.
Yes.
Or Anthony, would have said, "Look behind you." Then he will run when the vehicle stopped. I feel like this is a little far-fetched.
Details. Escort already had the details of what was going to go down. You get to that point, you move out of the way. You go your way, and you let us take it from there. I mean, come on, we watch
So
all
what
this
would
in
they
the
have
movies.
done? They wouldn't have been a stationary hazard.
But they already know that the truck is there. If they didn't get hit by the truck, something else could have happened. What if
This
they were
feels
trying
like
to capture
Ghost.
them?
Was it Ghost Dad? Where something like there were 3 options of what could have fired him that day, and then all the things happened, but none of them fired him until the 4th one.
Sis,
I
used to
just
watch all
think
these
like
movies growing up, and I kind of found out that a lot of these things that are in the movies are actually things that happen in the real life. So let's bring it here.
So if he was spiritual, why did he leave? Why the other 2 people died?
Auntie Grace, that one is another one. No.
Now,
Sister Yinkus, you're the queen of conspiracy.
Hey,
this a possibility. He's a boy from Ijebu. He might be cooked.
Oh, no.
Look at let me play the video for you again. See his position now. Nothing touches him, nothing. He was isolated. This is Grandma's boy. He was going to visit Grandma. You see him? I can't even believe this was the accident. You see him?
He was just in the right place at the right time. That's all. It happens. There are people who are in the right place at the right time.
Chucky said, conspiracy, nah. His village people came for him.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, dear.
Okay, now, the 2 guys that lost their lives.
I mean, look at that car.
That is horrible. That is painful. I don't know that guy one-on-one, but I've seen a lot of his videos. Is this Sina? The other guy, he's
Sina and Latif.
Yeah, that's Sina. I say a lot of videos.
So sad.
He's a very sweet guy, always smiling, very, very relatable kind of guy. Now, I don't, frankly speaking, honestly speaking, Anthony Joshua and those guys, they've been together for like ever. I don't see him recovering from this. Although he's rich, maybe they can get him therapy and all of that, but that is a terrible thing to happen to a guy, losing the 2 of your best guy in the same accident. First, I forgot the terminology they used to describe when somebody is
survivor's guilt.
Yes, survivor's guilt. Yeah, like, come on, why would you guys go and so this is crazy. This doesn't look good on us at all. And Nigerian government is always doing terrible job when it comes to PR. Situations like this needed to be managed in such a way that at least it should have reflect how far we have come. But I don't see that here. Rather, one of the people that spoke about this was even attacking Anthony Joshua himself as if it was his fault this happened. I don't know. So now, to the 2 friends, what could be done for their family now in a situation like this? Frankly speaking, they are supposed to sue Nigeria government. I'm sorry.
But no, let me tell you what I think. Sorry to interrupt you. If Nigeria wants to be serious about using this as a teachable moment, they'll pass some enforcement regulations and name them after Sina and Latif. And those things will be very firmly adhered to in terms of road safety and road usage.
Absolutely.
So it would be something like road markings and road signs, and to be the Latif Sina road regulation. And everybody will be required, even current drivers, you'll be required to, within 1 year, you need to go and take those courses. And if you don't take it, your driver's license will be revoked.
Yeah.
So if we want to rule with heart, because we don't rule only with laws, we rule with heart. If you want to rule with heart, those are things that will be done to memorialize them forever.
Yeah. And finally, as we're about to leave now, I've always been saying one thing about Nigerians and our collective response to situations. First off, thousands of Nigerians, they lose their life like this every year to ghastly motor accidents, negligence, bad driver, bad road usage, just name it. Accident, they happen anyhow for Nigeria all the time. But it doesn't gain attention like this because it involves Anthony Joshua, right? Now, one other thing I do emphasize all the time about our attitude in Nigeria is that we don't know how to hold or to hold those in power accountable and responsible for what happened to we, the masses. There's still going to be some people now that will be defending politicians and all of that. And that will be coming from a place of ignorance. So what can we do? Please help me, my sisters and bro. What can we do to get these politicians to actually value the life of Nigerians? Politicians don't ply these roads. They fly jets all the time. Dangote was lamenting on a show. I saw a short clip of that where he said sometimes when you go to Nigerian airport, you can't even find a space to park your private jet, that there is private jet all over the place. A politician that is flying from Ogun to Abuja, from Ondo to Benin, Benin to Kano, they don't use this road. How would they really feel the impact of what we, the masses, are talking about? So how can we get them to do the right thing? Shanumi, help me. Let me start with you, Auntie Grace, as your final take, ma. How can we get Nigerian politicians to do the right thing? What can we do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Nigerian politicians never do the right thing to start with. Even when you see them coming abroad, going to France, going to UK and all that, I don't think when they get to these places, they go in convoy. They go on the road, they obey all the road signs, they see all of these. They don't go home to put it in place, right? So now me and you, we are here talking. And then if you go back there, people that are there will not even say anything to blame the government. All you can hear is that the road is good, the road is good. At the end of the day, they will be blaming maybe the driver. So I do not really know if everybody needs to speak. I don't know how Nigerian government can respond to anything. I don't know. Because they don't respond to anything. They do not consider life. They don't value life. All they care about is just their own belly, whatever. So I don't know. We are talking with it here. Is this platform enough for them to hear? Will enough people talk about it? We are rather concerned about Pastor Chris and Doris. Not because we are concerned about them. We are just concerned about how many people that are following us in our own, to feed our own tummy, unfortunately. So government, I don't know what we're going to do because they won't listen, they won't do nothing because they do not value life. They don't even think about people like us who are gripped in fear to visit that land. Me especially, they don't think about it. So I don't know what we can do. Maybe we keep talking about it. Who is going to hold them accountable? And who is going to be accountable? Who is going to be responsible? I don't know. Are they going to investigate it like she think I just said? If they were going to pass some laws and then put into place to remember these two people that died, that alone will appease this family, especially if they are from the UK, because that is what they do. If anything happens, you see them talking about the incident until they pass a law, and then they kind of make it in memory of those people. That alone will appease the family. But Nigerian politicians can never do the right thing. Maybe they should sue them. When they pay, they probably will learn to do something.
Thank you, Auntie Grace. In fact, me and you, we did the same lane. If they sue them, that money when they spend, if they come out and take and go settle international incident, maybe their head go begin correct. But thank you, Auntie Grace. We'll see tomorrow again because I gotta go. But thank you for hanging out with me, Auntie Grace. God bless you, man.
Thank you so much. Good night, my people. See you tomorrow.
Good night,
Bye.
Good
man.
night, Auntie
Yes,
Grace.
Good
man.
night. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, why? She thinker. Biko, what can we do to fix this problem? Oh, Shitika is gone. All right, good. Chucky is in the building, but make I release other people so that me and Chucky go close. Uncle Dio, what will be the solution? How we go fit take rescue your fatherland, Uncle Dio? Because right now, I'm no longer from that place.
now, you mean suddenly it has not become my fatherland now? It's no longer your fatherland, Uncle Beno.
No, it's your fatherland, Uncle Dio. How do we rescue your fatherland?
Anyway, first thing first, the thing is that we have so many laws, but it is the implementation that is giving us the problems in this country. Nigeria is very, very poor at implementing our laws. And when you do implement it, they normally implement it selectively. Some people are usually above the law. That's why we are where we are today. There are laws. In fact, we have more than enough laws in this country for everything that is happening. But our problem is not making of legislation. Our problem is implementing those laws and then enforcing them the right way, which we have failed to do. Now, what we can do if we don't want to have this kind of a thing going forward again, we have to embark on mass education of the masses. Particularly people that call themselves drivers, we have to embark on mass education for them to be able to know the rules and regulations and safety measures to carry out on our roads. That's number one. Number two, you made mention of something earlier on about road signs. Our signs are no longer visible. Now on this particular highway, on this Lagos Ibadan Expressway, the signs that are supposed to be guiding the speed limits, they are there, but you hardly see them. And then we're supposed to have at strategic positions ambulances. Now we have more than enough police on that road because that's what police could get there first. They are there always to do their checkpoints and then to always allegedly take their own tip off from the so-called drivers. That one is normal. But we need to have station ambulances at a particular kilometer from each other on that highway because that's a very, very busy highway. That one we are free to do. If we have that, and the issue of our shoulder that we talk about, we have to start now to implement it. Now, can I tell you one crazy thing? If there is any accident on that road, for any rescue vehicle to come there, they have to go one way, pass the other lane, to go and look for the turning ahead of that road and then pass one way to come to that scene. They cannot come from back because they will have blocked everywhere. It's as bad as that. And that has always been the way they have been trying to solve problem in Nigeria. If there's a road problem on a particular highway, no vehicle can come from that road again. They must pass one way on the other road to go and turn around to come and face before they can get to where that accident happens. Because there's no other way they could pass through. But if they can implement that out shoulder, it will be easier for them to move to come to where the whole thing happened. So that for one, I think we need to put it into place. Otherwise, we are not ready.
Thank you, Uncle Dayo. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow, sir.
No
I
problem.
really appreciate your presence. God bless you, sir. Say me well to my sister, Uncle Dio, okay? And ready
Thank you.
for protest. You are going to lead the protest very soon, Uncle Dio. You go day front, Sister Rose will follow. The rest of us go day behind the two of you. All right, sir. Good night. Okay. Sister Yinkus, I don't hold you here for too long. I know you are very busy, my sister. And you and Abby, you still have a show coming up shortly. So, Sister Yinka, your final thought, man. How can we fix this wahala?
Uncle Ben, I will have to say that at this point, when it comes to Nigeria, I'm at a loss for words because there's so much that needs to be done. Like, where do you even start? Is it from educating the people or for the government to do the right thing? It's a lot that goes into it. Are we talking about, educating people as far as, the road signs and all of that? How many people know all of these all of these that we've talked about, the markings, the emergency signs and all of that? How many people know about that? Do they know what they need to do even to handle the vehicle? Do they even understand that the vehicle is a weapon and not a toy that they can just maneuver anyhow? So there's a lot that goes into play here. And I honestly, Uncle Ben, I'm not someone who's usually speechless, but on this one, I'm going to have to take a bow because it's just too much.
I know.
It's too much because where do you start from? We know everything that everybody has said is amazing and is good, that they should be doing all of these things, but it would never be done. We know that. I mean, it's been happening. I know that they say, continue to talk about it and that it gets to a point that they will get it done. Uncle Ben, let's talk about everything that we've talked about in Nigeria. It's not one that has been done. Not one.
Yeah, they never did. You're right.
It just gets worse. If they happen to do anything, it's just because they do it because maybe they're going to actually profit from it at that very time. But once their time is gone, the next person does not follow up. They don't continue. So where do we go? Overhaul. That's all I have to say. Overhaul.
May God help us.
Amen. Thank you, Uncle Ben, for having me. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Have a
Auntie.
blessed day, sir.
God bless you.
Yes, sir. Have a great day, sir.
Right. Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. I'm looking at what this guy shared. Reno Omokri have started again, but I'm not going to read anything from Reno Omokri. It's annoying. I won't even touch it. My brother Chucky, you're here. Sister, how you said in November I was in traffic for 6 hours on the highway, and it hit me that there are no exits on the highway. Sorry, Sister Oyi. I told you once you are in Nigeria, your chances are like 50-50 in everything. Chucky, what's up, my brother? What are your thoughts on this?
It's very. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, Baba.
Okay, it was very unfortunate. This thing happening in Nigeria. This is AJ being a very popular person. This is one of many in a year. The statistics is that high because AJ is a very popular person. That's when everything comes out. But if you want to look at the whole statistics of what has happened, it's a lot. Yeah, I will let me give you a very typical example when I was in Nigeria. Could you believe that an FRC person stopped me on the road and says to me that I cannot use my UK license in the country there to drive? I was shocked. I was really shocked. So if an FRC guy don't know that you can use your UK license to drive in that country, is it the drivers that know anything about driving?
It's crazy. Maybe he probably thought you want to intimidate him.
No, I had to print out FRC. No, I had to go to the website and bring out that I can use my UK license in this country for 3 months. They didn't know about that. They wanted to seize my cars at that time. And telling them that I'm not driving this thing. So is it the drivers that you want to educate how to drive? I still drive in Lagos. But I've given up driving all the way from Lagos all the way to the east because it's so dangerous as it is right now.
Please don't even do it. Driving from Lagos to east, and that's too risky, my brother.
You see, now the thing, to me, there is no speed limit in that country there because of the you mentioned something between 80 kilometers and 100 kilometers.
Mm-hmm.
No, these guys do 150. If you're doing 80 or 100, do you know how close they are behind you? They don't observe that 3-second distance. So, even when I say, oh, Nigeria to sue me, it don't tire me. So I don't know how they're going to like try to solve this driving solution. I don't know how. I just don't know. Probably the. To me, if I had the power, right, I would just take away everybody's car and count the whole thing and just nobody drives. So they actually get everything correct. And also, corruption is a part of it.
Yeah, heavy one. Serious corruption.
Just corruption. So you just like you have to give somebody a key. You give that person a key to drive a car. That's it. He's got himself a license.
That's it. And they don't care.
All of a sudden, and they don't care. They don't look at mirrors when they do that. They are born into intersections. They change lanes. They switch lanes. They reverse without even looking back. They don't even know what a 3-point turn is. They don't even know what a zebra crossing is. If I stop in a zebra crossing with my own experience driving, oh my God, you're in trouble. The drivers there are not educated when it comes to driving.
I know, my brother.
So the solution to this is going to be very difficult. Very, very difficult.
Usually, a solution comes when it happens to one of their family. I mean, all these politicians, when a member of their family gets involved and it's painful to them, then they start working towards how to fix it.
This AJ situation, nothing is going to be done. Nothing is going to be done.
Of course,
nothing is going to be done about it. And you tell me because of AJ, that's when they have to wake up and do the roles where they have to do. No, that's not. All they want now is that AJ is good. It's fine. Tomorrow, it's going to happen. It's not going to be a national issue.
You're right. You're right, my brother.
So it's not unfortunate because at the end, it's nothing. You can't do anything about this kind of situation. Okay, now if I say to you now that Lagos State now decides to go serious with driving license and also driving with get yourself educated driving, does not stop. What about the rural areas, the villages?
Absolutely.
Did they get that kind of information? No.
We have a long way to go, my brother. We have a long way to go. All right, Baba Choki, I got to go now. We're going to come back to hang out with Abby and Sister Yinku's Pepe. They want to review the things people should not continue to do in 2026. They want to review all the things we do in 2025 that we should leave behind in 2025 and not take it to 2026. I think that show is going to be fun.
I will talk about Abby here.
Yeah, Abby and Abby is going to have Recap Central shortly, maybe in about an hour. And Atika will be hanging out with her. Of course, we will be here. May we see all the things we have been know may we do for 2026.
I can guarantee you one thing. He doesn't want me to call you Uncle UB in 2026. Impossible.
Okay. Uncle Patrick is asking, UB and Real Farm, what is wrong with high school kids doing driving lessons with private driving schools as it is done in the US? Uncle Patrick, do you mean Nigeria? I don't even know how they do anything learning or driving in Nigeria. Man, no lie.
Can I answer that question?
Yeah.
I'll give Uncle Patrick a very typical example now. My driver taught me how to drive back in the 90s, 2000s. There was
Your
nothing.
driver teach you how to drive?
My dad's driver taught me how to
Oh,
drive.
your dad driver. Oh.
Yeah, as of that time.
Okay.
I don't know what is zebra crossing, what is traffic lights and everything. This is the same situation that's happening today.
Exactly.
Number one, you're looking at cost. You're looking at cost of driving in the country there. Ignorance plays a part. Corruption plays a part.
Yeah. We have a long way to go anyway.
We have a long way to go.
Maybe we'll come back and we talk more on this depending on the developing story. Even myself, I didn't go to driving school to learn how to drive in Nigeria. In fact, I started learning how to drive when I bought my first car. Is that not crazy? Like the first time I'm driving, it is my own car. The very day I bought the car, that's the very day I start driving.
Yeah, that's what's happening in Abuja at this moment now. Abuja have good roads in Abuja now. But you know that in Abuja now, they're using it for speed lanes now.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Car racing and everything like that. And these are youngsters with no license.
Yep.
No driving experience whatsoever.
Okay, sister, you could say, sister and honey babe, they are joining the show we have next. Oh, it's gonna be hot. Everybody be ready. Sister, how you say they do that in Nigeria? They are driving schools, but how many people attend? Absolutely.
Exactly.
Patrai, that's Uncle Patrick. There are driving schools in Nigeria, but majority don't learn from them. I went to a driving school in Lagos, and don't make fun of me. And don't make fun of me in the previous show. Biba, say una we be boti. Una we be boti. You guys usually do the right thing because money day. But at times it all depends anyway. Like my own kid, I taught my daughter how to drive. From the first day to how she's driving now, I taught her how to drive. But that is allowed in the US anyway.
It's also allowed in the UK also. As long as they hit 17, as long as they hit 17 years old, you can teach them how to drive. But because you are an experienced driver, you know what to do. Over there is trying from one bad driver to another. So that's the cycle that is going on in Nigeria.
I just look at. I can't be paying how much is it $60 or $100 per session? How much do I do driving school that they charge? I just told my daughter, girl, I ain't paying nothing for a driving school.
Same as me.
In the car. Let's go driving.
Same as me. I'm not paying that kind of money.
No. Get in the car. Let's go driving. And now she drives good, but it's just that she can't drive alone. Based power, traffic regulation, somebody must be by her side anytime she's driving. So that's why she's costing me a lot of Uber money these days. If she's going to work, I'm not available. I have to pay for Uber because I don't want her to drive without somebody sitting by her side. And for herself, she's even lucky. She's driving she don't drive like 3 types of car now. So during my time, we don't get that kind of one. I bought my first Honda Civic before I started driving in Nigeria. Chucky, you know what's crazy? I've had my driver's license in Nigeria 2 years before I learned how to drive.
I can't do that in the UK.
I hope they correct that rubbish now. 2 years I've been carrying.
What kind of driver license are we talking about? Because in the UK we have something called provisional license before you can get
real authentic VIO Bureau Safety approved driver's license. No be fake.
Oh, in Nigeria,
yes.
Oh yes, that's what it is. It's money.
You get 2 good years. I still get the driver's license here. I carry a copy.
Well, that's the corruption with that me and you are talking about. They're not supposed to push you out and drive that kind of thing. In the UK, for example, before you start driving, they'll give you something called a provisional license.
Yeah.
Provisional license. So you must be with an experienced driver of more than 3 years plus. In Nigeria, giving you full license when you don't know how to drive, that's the problem. That's where the corruption is.
Unfortunately, it is what it is. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me, my brother Choki. I gotta go now. Let me go to this
No problem.
Ma, go cancel this membership. These people are crazy. I'll see you guys with in Recap Central. I will be in the comment. At least I will be able to throw jabs as much as I wanted. Chucky, be available. Your baby sister is going live. She's supposed to invite you to be special guest today, Seth. May we just hear on our two bars go small.
Like the other night, I do.
I say yes, you can get the license before you can even drive. No one confirms anything as long as you have money. It's like you can say in Maryland, you have to have a certain number of hours with the driving school, even if you already learn how to drive. Oh, it's not like that here in Texas. In Texas, so far somebody can sign up that they will be there to teach you, and you indicate you want to learn privately. You don't finish. They give you temporary driver's permit and you go ahead with it. Isn't that madness to get a driving license when you don't know how to drive? What's it supposed alone? The driver's license work when it's supposed to work. All right, Chucky, thank you, my brother. We'll catch up shortly. Yeah, thanks. All right, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Shout out to people watching from Jiku's Pepe channel. I see you guys. I see you. Sunday Olu, how are you doing? I see Nasipi Masha, thank you. Remy, what's up? How you doing? Okay, first he say his two friends passed away. It's so sad. Yeah, it's absolutely sad. May their soul rest in peace. I also pray for Anthony Joshua. This is really, really sad. If you follow Anthony Joshua, you will tell that he's a happy dude. I don't think people like Anthony Joshua have issue with anybody. But I hope the Nigerian government will conduct a comprehensive investigation to tell us at least how this happened, and not this blame shifting or trying to gaslight people about it all. No, we know no system is perfect, and accident can happen anywhere in the world. Let me say that again. Accident happens anywhere. In fact, here in America, accident happen almost all the time, almost every day, safe, because of overspeeding and other things you can't even fathom. But the point is, do the government put all the necessary effort in place to at least try to avoid it? Then when it happens, we know it happens. But not government failing in their own responsibility and then try to push narrative. We don't want all of that. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye for now.
DJ turn 'em up. DJ turn 'em up. Yeah. We outside tonight. Oh yeah. Everybody move your body.
From the moment that the beat drop low, see everybody start to move slow. Left leg, right leg, bend down small. When the bass enter, now there we fall. No stress, no wahala tonight. Only good vibes under city lights. If you come here with your people, then the enjoyment till the morning. Yeah.
Hands up high, feel this sound. Let the rhythm turn you around. When the DJ touch the control,
Now your body go lose control.
dance time, DJ turn 'em up. Body they move, we know they stop. Hands up high, make you wine and rough. Now dance time, DJ turn 'em up. Dance time, DJ turn 'em up. From the front to the back, everybody pop. Leg walk clean, make your shoulder drop. Now dance time, DJ turn 'em up.
You are watching Political Roundtable with UB. Like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments.